Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Kathy E. Smith, also known as Resource Rita, and I am here with my co-host, co-marketing masters, Daryl Spears and Antoinette Blake, also known as the Delaware blogger. And welcome to our show, Poised to Pivot During the Pandemic for Professionals and Entrepreneurs. So, while I go, since you cannot see me, while I go and fix that technical glitch, I will allow Daryl and Antoinette to introduce themselves. So Antoinette, if you'd like to go first.
Oh, sure. Thank you so very much, Kathy, and welcome everyone to the Co-Marketing Masters live show at home. I am Antoinette Blake, better known as the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, and I am super honored and proud to come with you tonight with my co-marketing masters from the DMV. You know, I'm in Delaware, but we got to hang out in the DMV. And tonight we're doing this virtually from Delaware and the DMV as the CEO of A. Blake Enterprises, social media marketing and consulting. I work with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and what I like to call side hustlers to ensure that not only are they on the right social media marketing platform, but they are engaging with their target market audience. And what I like to say, in H to H manner, heart to heart, because we don't go to social media to be sold to, we go to social lives. I'm an author, yay, a podcaster, yay, and an all-around co-marketing master. And I'm so happy to be here with you. Hey, Kathy, and Daryl, my buddy here.
So technology is great when it works, right? So Daryl, if you'd like to let them know who you are, and I still have to make a few last minute adjustments.
Hello, Facebook family. This is Daryl Spears, CEO of EliteConversations.com. You guys know me as the CEO. Also, I'm a business coach and consultant. So glad to be a part of this group. This is the Co-Marketing Masters team. We are short a couple of people, but you probably recognize some of our stuff previously. I just want to take a step back. Co-Marketing Masters is a group of business owners that come together. We are all myself, Kathy. There are two Kathys, Kathy Smith and Kathy Driver, as well as Antoinette and Pamela. We're also entrepreneurs, but we do a lot in marketing. And because we live it every day, we are taking a lot of our experiences, our know-how, and really sharing it with individuals that sort of fall in our bucket, those solopreneurs, those that are out there trying to wear many hats and do it themselves. So Co-Marketing Masters has actually been around. We didn't just pop up tonight. Actually, it's been around probably, when did we start, y'all? Maybe about a year and a half ago. We really did a lot of planning. We did a lot of research in terms of what the needs are for small businesses like ourselves, again, solopreneurs, those that are working those gig jobs and still working full time. So we have a unique situation, you know, because we have a lot on our plate. We have minimum resources because we don't have the big staff like the big companies, the medium-sized companies. So you probably have seen us before. You might have recognized our faces. We also have a TV show. I will mention that. We have a TV show that shows on PG, Prince George's County Community TV. We actually completed 3 episodes before they shut everything down. So you might have seen our shows on Comcast or Verizon, and they also show on YouTube. So if you're outside of the DMV, if you're within the DMV, you can catch it on Verizon and Comcast. But if you're outside the DMV, you can catch it on YouTube. Just look up Prince George's County Public TV and look up Co-Marketing Masters. We've had some outstanding guests so far. We talked a lot about marketing and blog talk radio, but blogging and all of those things that play a role in terms of business owners. So I'm gonna be quiet because we really want to share a lot of information with you guys tonight. Again, many of you know me with EliteConversations.com. If you go to that address, you'll see what we're doing for small business owners. And we really focus on 3 areas. We focus on knowledge, resources, and building connections. And everything we do, from workshops to conferences to now our podcast platform, we're really trying to give small business owners an opportunity to learn something, to share resources, and to build connections to take their business to the next level.
Absolutely. So, my name is Kathy E. Smith, Kathy with the C, also known as Resource Reader of C-Squared Internet Marketing Strategies, and I am a social media trainer and online marketing consultant, helping businesses get on the right platform in front of the right audience, and most definitely with the right tools and resources. So without further delay, we would like to talk to you about how you can stay connected to clients and continue to generate revenue during this pandemic. So Daryl, would you like to talk about that?
Okay, put me on the spot first. I got you, no problem. But before I say that, I guess a lot of us know that we're in a very unique situation right now, where many of us are working from home, and we have some sort of challenges, but there are a lot of opportunities through technology for us to reach out to our clients and those that we do business with. One of the things I do want to say before I really get into it, this is a unique situation and it's a great opportunity for business owners, but I don't want to downplay, what we're going through. There are a lot of business owners out there that are not only dealing with their companies, but their families, and those that have already lost their lives, those that are going through right now. I really, really pray for them every single day. I pray that this, God has his hands on it, and we're going to make it through. But I don't want to take this as an opportunity lightly, because people are losing their lives to give us, the ability to be working from home right now. So I wanted to put that out there that I wish we could go back. I'd rather go back and do the hustle and bustle than to have even one person lose their life. So unfortunately, we have to deal with that side of it. So I don't take it lightly in terms of what business owners are going through. But with that said, also, we're going through something so unique that will probably never, ever happen again in our lives, where we are actually at home full time. We have time on our hands to really assess our business. And when we think about our business, we really can't think of it in a universal setting and put everybody in one bucket. Depending on where you are before this happened, there are different situations. Some companies were struggling even before COVID-19. And then that bucket, you had some other companies that were doing good. They were steady, paying the bills. Things were going, pretty steady. And then you have those businesses that were doing great. I mean, business was booming. Everything was really happening. And one of the things I'm doing now with my clients is really helping them focus on where are you in that bucket. If you're in a situation where you're struggling and really trying to determine where you're going to go right now, this is a good time to assess the business. And one of the things that I'm saying in terms of before you go to clients and before you run out there to try to increase technology or spend money to increase your business, find out where you are right now in terms of what you can do to support those that you may already have as clients. And don't fall in love with your business. Sadly to say, in talking to individuals, this is an opportunity for some businesses to take advantage of where they are and grow. This might be an opportunity to assess your business and say, hey, I either need to cut some fat, or I might be an opportunity where I just need to shut it down and reinvent myself. We have a lot of time right now to really assess our company in terms of processes and resources. So I really think individuals should do that. For those that were steady and everything is going pretty great, take this opportunity to really reach out to your clients and those that you serve and really understand what value you bring to them. And if there are any opportunities that with your service, any opportunities with your products to create them even more value. because we don't want to assume that everybody's really going through and having a struggling time. There are a lot of people that have money to spend. Guess what? We don't have to spend money on gas right now. If people spend $3 or $4 a month, you don't have to spend money on lunch every day. A lot of people are, keeping that money in house and really have an opportunity to put some money away. We know that unfortunately there are those that have lost jobs and are in a bad situation, but we definitely want to make sure that we really reach out to our clients, make sure that we can bring them value, and assess whether the time that we're spending is bringing value to our company.
Yeah.
So you really have to look at the return on your investment. So, look at your whole portfolio on money that you've been spending for your business, whether it's on apps, whether it's on, websites, whatever you've been spending money on, and say, hey, is this a good investment at this time, or should I reassess and shift that money to something that's going to be more valuable to me and my customers? So what I do and what I'm doing with my clients is really doing a business assessment. We've done that before, and really looking at where are you in terms of a bit of a business before you actually start to focus on how you can reach out to your customers and clients, because you really want to make sure you're bringing them value. So I'll come back and share a little bit more, but I don't want to monopolize the time. I'll give Antoinette a little bit of time to talk as well.
Great. Thank you, Daryl, very much. And I want to piggyback on a few things that you did say with regards of not only just looking at where you are, but looking at where you can cut back in those apps, those memberships. We all have so much going on a regular basis. I believe, unfortunately, again, prayers are going out to any and everyone who has, lost their loved ones, lost their lives, just totally lost everything, because I cannot imagine what that is like. And we are not here to make light of it. We're just here to help you pivot during this pandemic. If you are a small business owner, an entrepreneur, solopreneur, or someone that, side gigging it, or even, you want to change that hobby into a jobby, which what happened to me a couple of years ago when I was laid off. So again, I want to piggyback on what Daryl said about saving and streamlining your business. If there are memberships that you have, websites that you have, things that you can kind of get rid of, now you have the time. Put that on your calendar and say, I'm going to go through each and every email that I receive, and I'm going to take action. I'm not just going to delete it. I'm going to unsubscribe. If there's a membership that's hitting your PayPal account every month, and it's something that you can get now free, because there's a lot of opportunities online where businesses, colleges, universities are giving away this information free. And if you are paying a membership for it today, this is a great opportunity to cut that expense and get it free. So take a look at what you're doing. And also, Daryl, what you said about engagement with your clients. Please don't leave your clients hanging. Everyone is going through something, and it may be a little bit different, but don't be afraid to reach out to your customers, to your clients, and say, hey, what's going on? How can I help you? As a social media marketer, I have a few clients that I know that if they don't, make their sales, they're not going to be able to afford me. So what I've done is said, let's take a look at what management program I'm doing now. Let's cut back a little bit. What can you do? Let's, help each other out, so that when we come out of this on the other side, we are still top of mind. Because the last thing that any small business owner, entrepreneur, solopreneur, and even a side hustler wants to do is sit back and do nothing. You want to be in front of your target market audience constantly. You're seeing these Zoom meetings, you see these live. I'm telling people, start a podcast. Let them know that you're still there. Today, I talked to a professional speaker whose gigs have been cut. They're wiped away. What can he do to keep, top of mind when people are back to hiring? Start that podcast, promote your blogs, promote your books, promote things that you've already done, repurpose. And for those of you that have been working a 9 to 5 and you have a gift this is a great time to invest in yourself. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about thinking about if you want to write that book, if you want to start that journal, if you want to start that blog, if you want to start that podcast, if you want to sew. And I mean, there are so many things that you can do giving back, because I believe, and Daryl and Kathy, all of us believe that whatever you give back is going to come back, because everything has an opposite and equal reaction. So you put something out, guess what? Something's going to come right back at you. So if you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, continue connecting with your clients. See how you can help them, because in turn, they will help you. Don't, take this time, really take this time, think about what you're doing and how you can kind of pivot. If you were doing one thing, can you flip that and turn it into something else? Do you have the gift of gab? Do you have the gift of education? Do you have the gift of inspiration? People are looking for you. So turn that into something. Don't just say, no one wants to hear from me. I don't feel like getting up today. That's the wrong attitude to take, because we're going to come out. There's going to be another normal, a new normal. And you want people to say, hey, you know what? Antoinette was really there for me. She gave me some great advice. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm using my own name. But she was there. She gave me advice. She gave me some food for thought. Now I'm in a position I can maybe hire her, or I can enlist her services. So again, we're in this together. We're going to sink or swim together. So as a small business owner, entrepreneur, a solopreneur, just think about what you can do. Again, equal and opposite. What you put out is going to come back to you. So that's what I have to say about that. In regards to what Daryl was saying about, streamlining your business and staying connected with your clients.
I also would add that maybe this would be a good time to do some list building. And if you had a brick and mortar office and now you've had to figure out a way to pivot that into online, maybe when this is all over, your new normal may be virtual, or maybe it might be a co-working space where you can reduce your expenses and perhaps put that into marketing, because I think that a lot of people have not thought about the marketing strategy now, where this may be a great time to think about the marketing, because a lot of times people think that that's the last part of their budget. Whereas now, if they had built a list or had constant connection with their audience, then they would be in a better position now. So I think that that's going to become more important in the new normal. And I was watching a video today, and actually Tyler Perry, his first offer was not from Lionsgate, but it was from another studio, and they wanted him to change it, but they didn't know the power that he had behind him. And so he said that the studio told him, okay, we'll do this, but your film has to make $20 million. And he was like, no problem. It'll make $20 million in a weekend, and within the first week. And he sent emails out to his email list, and in a weekend, and not a whole week, it exceeded $20 million.
And the email lists are gold. A lot of people take for granted the power of the email. Not everyone, believe it or not, not everyone is on Facebook. Not everyone is on Twitter. Not everyone is on LinkedIn, the Gram, Snapchat, and TikTok. But I bet you dollars to donuts, it doesn't matter if you're a millennial, a boomer, or a senior or beyond, you have an email address, and you can get your connections, keep connected with your clients via emails.
And if you don't have a list, now's a good time to start, because there are free tools that you can use to create landing pages, which is a one-page website to capture people's information. Because just think about it, these restaurants, if they had their customers, or even stores, if they had a list, they would be able to let them know that they were still open during this time. So think about those things during this time.
That's so important. I appreciate both of you guys really sharing that, because that's really important. And really the first step in that too is that you do have to have an email list. You have to have a CRM, customer relations management tool that you can use to house your clients, to house their information, to house where they're located. And don't forget to use the analytics. There's no use in having these numbers and this information unless you're going to use it. I mean, numbers don't lie. You can make up whatever, but the numbers don't lie. So again, with us having so much time, this is a good opportunity to go back and look at your data, look at your analytics, see out of your audience, your target market, those that have been using your business, find out what groups they are, that have been giving you business, find out what they like and what they didn't like. It's really a good time to look at those numbers. And that way you can go back and assess your business to say, hey, I've been spending money in this area, but my clients, and they've been responding over here. So why am I focused over here in coaching where they like video marketing? I can move my funds and the money I've been spending, twirling my fingers in one area just because I think it's worthwhile, and reallocate those funds to where your clients are appreciating the value that you provide. So use the data that's there. A lot of us capture emails and we have a lot of information, but you really want to use it to see where your business has been over the last year. And a lot of us, before this happened, again, didn't have time. We're constantly moving and working. And now you can look at your numbers and say, this is where the good points are for my business, and this is where the weak points are for my business. So definitely take that, and that'll let you know what areas you really need to focus on, because it's so important to really not only bring in new leads and potential customers, but you really have to take care of those that have been taking care of you over the last year or two, and find ways to appreciate them for what they've been doing, discounts or whatever. And, we talked a little bit about other businesses. I know we're talking about cutting the fat, but also look for, especially if you're a business that's steady and doing well, see how you can really help your other relationship partners, those that might be serving in other areas, even through buying a book or helping them out in some other way. I heard a great recommendation. I think yesterday someone was sharing that it might be a good idea to even go to your barber and go to your hair, what do y'all call them, hair designers or hair salon? I'm not sure. But to actually give them money and pay for your future appointments up front. Maybe give them one, because they're not in the shop. They don't make money. They make money from working. They don't have, benefits. They don't have these checks coming in. So, hey, if you can reach out now and say, hey, I'm going to pay for 3 of my upcoming appointments in the future, just to give them, maybe something. But we have to think about that for those that have been serving us in those areas that help us look good,
That is a great idea.
Health, clothes or whatever. So that's a great opportunity to expand your business, your reputation in those relationships.
And I want to piggyback on that as well, Dara. I love piggybacking on your ideas because you have such great ideas. But in addition, you said something about video marketing, digital marketing. And, now everyone literally has a smartphone, right? So there's a way for you to connect. And now there are applications, which Kathy can talk about as well. But if you are doing something, okay, so now you're no longer that barber in the shop. So why not create a video or some sort of training, a DIY for people who are now having to do their own hair or their kids' hair or their grandparents' hair. So you can give them just some basics, doing a 5 or 10, even a 15, 30-minute tutorial. That way, again, you are advertising your skills. So for the clients that are not yours, people are watching this and they say, oh, you know what? She's got some skills. He has some skills. When it's time to go back out, I'm going to look them up. And it's so great because we're getting now, many journalists out of this. We're getting many cooks and chefs and, educators and teachers, because they're taking their gifts of whatever it is, and they're giving it to people and they're showing it online. And again, that may be a way to pivot. You may not even want to go back to your 9 to 5 after all this is said and done, because you have now reached out and started showcasing your gift, your talent, and you can see an end to your means and not have to worry about that 9 to 5. So digital marketing is because as humans, we are very visual. We have the attention span that less of a goldfish, and we love shiny, bright things. And as we're scrolling through our feed, if we're seeing pictures, if we get videos or YouTube videos, that is also going to help you think about pivoting, after the pandemic.
Now, I'm going to piggyback off of you. One thing I do want to let people know is that Instagram, because of people like D Nice, is working on where you can actually pay a donation. So they're working on that because a lot of people with the live concerts and everything, they're trying to work on a way where you can pay them if you so choose to. So I think that would be a huge game changer.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And one other point I just want to sort of bring up, there's a lot out there, a lot of opportunities. And one of the things we definitely need to do, especially as small business owners, because our funding is a little more limited and we really have to take care of our dollar like it's precious. We just can't be throwing money out there and spending money because it really impacts your bottom line. So again, with me being a numbers guy, assess where you are right now. I mean, if you're in some debt, figure out what your break-even point is right now. And you need to really go and look at your products and services and make sure you understand your price points. Make sure your price points are in line, that you're actually earning revenue when you're providing a service. So you really need to know, what does it cost per customer that you have? What did it actually cost you to an acquisition for them? If they're paying you, $30 for a service and it's costing you $35 a month to keep them, you really need to assess that. It's so important to understand, if you have a product, you have to know the cost of goods sold. You really have to know, what does it cost to make that product? Because am I bringing in enough revenue? Do I have the right margins in place where I can continue to operate the business and take care of my home or whatever? As an example, so that people can understand, I was watching Shark Tank. It's probably been about, I watch Shark Tank a lot. Shark Tank, and Antoinette knows.
Yes.
And it was a situation that is just so perfect. I think, no, I apologize. It was of my other favorite show, The Prophet. He was working with this company that was doing coffee. They had a great product for coffee. They was making this custom coffee, cold and hot or whatever. But when he went to partner with this company, and he went through and understood their supply chain, and he had them really do a cost analysis of what it costs to make that coffee that they were selling. The coffee was selling like crazy. They had no problem selling it. It was flying off the shelf. But come to find out, after they did the assessment and figure out everything they need to do for that product, they was losing 36 cents for every bottle of coffee or tea or whatever they were selling. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but guess what? If you sell 1 million bottles of tea or coffee in a year, that means you're going to lose $360,000 that year.
Right.
But you can get blind. That's why as a business owner, you got to make sure you cover your blind spots. Don't get caught up in just sales because people are buying from you. Make sure your price points make sense so that you are making money for every sale and you can project funding and increase the value of your business. So, I get a lot when I'm doing business coaching or doing assessments where people are excited about their product and they just want to get it out there and they're spending money on marketing and packaging and all this good stuff, but don't understand how much they're spending in relations to what actually they're earning from the product, the service. So again, because we're home, we have time, understand your numbers, understand what you're selling, make sure your price points are in order. And the important thing about adjusting your price points, they have to be adjusted in according to the value you're bringing to your client and customers. So again, you have to understand your client and customers and say, hey, am I bringing them, what level of value am I bringing them and compared to the price point that I'm charging? Is my value above and beyond what I'm charging? And maybe I can bump my prices up a little bit. Am I overpriced, which means I'm not getting as many customers? If I reduce it, maybe I can get more, even though my margins are a little smaller, but maybe that'll bring in more clients. So You really have to use this opportunity to really assess your business, because when you do that, you're putting yourself in position for when this is over.
Yes.
So don't just think about the right now and just making it. Yes, this is important. We need to try to make it through this process. But when we come out of it, this is a great opportunity to have your company positioned and ready to go. You got your price points in order. You know you're bringing value to your clients. You've done your SWOT analysis. You know your break-even point, and you're ready to position yourself, because guess what? Your competition is probably doing it right now. Mm-hmm. So now that we have this extra time, in my frame of thinking, I'm always thinking, hey, my competition is working, so I'm working. Mm-hmm. You know, so if you're my competition, you better know I'm working. And I'll be ready to move forward when this is over. But positioning is the name of the game right now. You know, if you do the smart things, your business will be ready to take off. If you're just sitting around, you're doing well, and you're like, okay, this is a good time to relax or whatever, guess what? Your competition might not be saying that. So you better just really get out there and make sure you know your numbers and that you're ready to rock and roll.
And it seems like, Daryl, you know, I love that, because I feel like I'm doing more now than I was before. And it's not like because I'm working from home, because I always work from home, but that's true. I'm trying to stay relevant. I'm trying to stay in front. I'm trying to stay close, because I have competition. And because I'm doing, you know, what I do is online, it's social, which is all day, every day. Now that everyone is really kind of taking a look at social media managers, you know, Facebook, podcasting, and blogging, they now can determine who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. So I've got to make sure that I'm in front of them, whether it's with a YouTube video every day, a podcast twice a week, blogging, but I got to prove my worth. And it's so funny, because I thought, you know, I could just chillax now, but that the game has been changed immensely. So no matter what you're doing, even if you have that 9 to 5, this is a great opportunity to take that time to reassess, you know, is there something that you can do? Is there something that you can share? Can you create a family business? You know, this is great. We're right under each other's roof, right? We're right here together. Is there something that you can do together? You can collaborate and now build that something for generational wealth, because we can't be dependent on a job anymore. We can't be dependent on the government. We can't be dependent on anyone but our own ingenuity. So this is a great time for you to write that book, start that blog, begin that podcast, do that video, you know, start that financial agency, get those resources together, get out and in front of your clients and your customers to stay connected and top of mind, because when they know that, they like you, they trust you, and when it's ready to buy, who are they going to buy from? You. So that is what I just wanted to say. Daryl, he's the financial guru. Resource Rita, Kathy E. Smith. She is Resource Rita. And like Daryl said, you know, we have this television show that we get together. I go down to the DMV, but we're going to come to you the next couple of weeks, because we've got some more topics that we want to share with you. This is not the full team. We're missing a few people, and we just want to get here and share our knowledge. And of course, you know, promote our products and services, because we want to be top of mind when you're ready. So again, I had this, you know, if there's any questions, I want to say thank you, or shout outs to everybody that came in on the watch party. I see Denise and James and Pamela and Chauncey and Bernice. I see Daryl's on there too. Joan, and I see Tina, Lisa, Pamela, Tamika, Paulette, David, Reese, Wayne, Dina, Joyce, Laverne, Sally, Chino, Steve. Oh my God, so many people joined us. Virginia, Kelly, Tazia, Wendy, Ty, Dom, Tina. We had a lot of people on PA. We had a lot of people on joining us during this time. And again, I'm Antoinette Blake, the DE Diva, AKA the Delaware blogger. I am a co-marketing master. I'm so proud to be part of this team. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Kathy. Please take us out, guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Go ahead, Kathy.
So I just want each of us to share how you may reach us and let you all know that although we did not answer the questions, we plan on going through the feed and answering each and every one of your questions. So please, if you have any questions for us, please put them in the comments and we will address them later. and that we have another show coming up in which we will talk about how to take care of yourself while you're working from home. Some people it's new, and some people it's not. But you know, people aren't getting their steps in like they used to. So we're going to talk about how to take care of yourself, and definitely going to talk about business tools and resources that you can use. And so in closing, if everyone will just share how people may reach out to you.
This is Daryl Spears, eliteconversations.com. You can go to our website. If you type in Elite Conversations anywhere on social media, you'll find eliteconversations.com. We have a great community, great support. So definitely reach out to me. I do business assessments, 2-hour assessments, really helping businesses adjust and really understand how to reach those customers, how to assess their business, how to make sure their numbers are right, and how to use their data and analysis to put the systems in place to be successful. So as I'm checking out, please keep all those in prayer that are going through right now, our families and friends, and we pray for all of those individuals that are out there on the front line, the nurses and doctors and those in the stores, and you know, just use this opportunity to lift them up in prayer. We know that God's in control, but I just thank you for the support for Elite Conversations and ask you to keep all those that are affected by this in your prayers.
Yes, and please, you know, I want to send out again prayers and for everyone that's out there on the front line, our nurses, our doctors, our teachers, you know, our janitors, you know, the truck drivers, you know, everyone that's out there doing their thing. You know, we're all in this together, and you know, you got our prayers, you got our support. And if you need to check in with me, again, I am Antoinette Blake, the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger. I can be reached at on my website at ablakeenterprises.com. If you have any questions, you can send an email to me at info@ablakeenterprises.com. You can find and follow me on all my social media platforms. Just use the hashtag Delaware blogger. Do a Google search and I'll pop up all over the place. So thank you very much, Daryl, for giving me an opportunity to be part of this great, wonderful co-marketing masters group.
Excellent. See you guys next week. This is the Co-Marketing Masters. Go to YouTube, check out our TV shows, and we hope to see you again soon.
All right, Kathy, and give them your information before we let you go.
All right. My name is Kathy E. Smith, Kathy with the C. And I am Kathy E. Smith on all social media platforms. And I can be found at Kathy with the C, esmith.com. And we look forward to you joining us again soon. And thank you for tuning in to the Co-Marketing Masters live at home.
And don't forget,
Stay blessed, everybody.
The Co-Marketing Masters. Don't forget Kathleen
we have
Driver.
some more.
She is one of the co-producers for the TV show with us. And Pamela Vines, our video master marketing guru. So you'll be hearing from them soon as well. So thanks again.
Thank you, guys. Stay safe.